Now? What about now? What about now? What about now? Hey, Ashley. Did you hear me say hey, Ashley? Because there's no sound. And Queen. Hey, Queen. All good. All good sound. Sound. It's sound if it's sound. Yes. Heard me now. So nothing is as it seems. Excuse me. I was downloading some numbers. So if you can see the screenshot, what do they call the screensaver thing on the front of the video? If you can see the numbers there, imagine those are digital numbers and they go from 1 to 0 as you see them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 as you see them. And there's two lots as you see them, but nothing is as it seems. I want you, if you don't mind, to add up all the numbers that you can see there. And imagine that it's the chase. And if you want, you can even say that it's a solve. And it can be in Montana, Wyoming, Colorado, and in Mexico. So you can say that that's your solve, and you manage to add up all the numbers and get the right answer and see who comes back. So remember, it's clock face numbers, not just any numbers. Top of the morning to you, Davey. So sound, it's all good. It just so happens that just now, every man and his dog has come out of the woodwork to say that they're the solver. Not even taking into account what Forrest Fenn said in regard to the solves that they have. And, one person accuses me and Davey B that when we find out what the solve is, because this person's a solver, that we will find it in the poem after the event and try and claim it. Well, I can tell you now, no, we won't. Houston? Which one is it? Oh, I'll close it since then. Dag nabbit. Not going to do that then. Why is everything going wrong? Why always me? So I was gonna. I'm not. Or am I? I was going to tell this person that his solve in the poem is deemed not to be the right solve. And I was going to show him now before anything happens. So even if he is the correct solve, I will have said, it says in the poem, treasure poem, Wyoming solve is not the right answer to Forrest Fenn, The Thrill of the Chase poem. That's what it says. I have it all written down ready, but because there was issues with the camera earlier, I had to restart, and now everything I had here has gone. I'll have to open up again. So I'm not going to do that. Hey, Ben as well. Ben, who is the Rocky Mountains. And Indy too. Well, everybody's doing the hey. Why is everybody doing hey? H-E-Y-Y. Why is everybody doing hey? So I find it offensive that somebody could say that. That me or Davey B would try to lash onto somebody's solve after they claimed that it was a solve and then try and say that we found it in the poem. Now, this is quite simple, very simple. The reason we don't tell you, before the event, it's because of people like those people that say things. If we told you before it, you wouldn't do it. Just to say, see, you're wrong. Or if we told you before, then it may affect what happens. So we can't tell you. Just like Forrest Fenn says, I wouldn't tell my mother. And yet everybody who is the solver tells everyone where it is. It begs belief. It's hard to believe that these people are real solvers when they just go against Forrest Fenn. Everything that he says. Now, please listen. Please. Because that's what you're supposed to do. Please. And it includes you, Treasure Poet. Well, probably more you than anyone else. Listen, please. To aid the finder, not the seeker. Please listen. That is Forrest Fenn saying, in this chase that he did, he would aid the person that is going to find or solve his poem. Anybody. And I mean anybody. Anyone. I don't care who you are. I don't care what standing you have in the chase. I absolutely don't. Listen. Right now, listen. If you threatening to sue anyone, if you are telling people that they need to have a lie detector test, you didn't solve it. Because if you did, guess what? Just a little guess. If you solved it, you wouldn't need to. You know exactly what's going on because the person who set it up, all the information that you have in the chase for the last 14, 15 years was directed at you. It was to aid the finder. So therefore, with you having Forrest Fenn or with him having your ear, you will have heard everything that he said to you and you will know exactly what's going on. And you would not need to sue anybody because you're the finder and Forrest told you what was happening. So if you're suing someone, guess what you're saying? I'm not the finder. That's exactly what you're saying. Because Forrest Fenn, who set this up, told everybody, the 9 billion people in the whole world, to aid the finder, not the seeker. I don't want to reward an average searcher. They will have earned it. Now, if you're listening to Forrest, you, and everybody else who claims to be the solver, why don't you understand what Forrest said and why you're trying to sue somebody? Because Forrest never said to you, I tell you what, here is the solve, this is how you do it, and by the way, when you get the answer from me, sue my family and tell my family that they need to have a lie detector test. That's what I want you to do. No, I don't hear Forrest saying that. So just think before you say things how stupid you look when Forrest tells you that he's helping you, just you, no one else, only the finder, all 1,500 of you, he's helping just you. And you'll know exactly what's going on because Forrest is talking to you and telling you, this is what's happening, this is what's happening, this is what's happening, this is what's happening, and you don't need to sue anyone or ask them to take a lie detector test because you already know what's going on. Do you see how that works, solvers? You haven't heard a word that Forrest Fenn said. And therefore, if you haven't heard a word that Forrest Fenn said, he wasn't talking to you. Whether you got in touch with him on July the 22nd or not, he wasn't talking to you. Do you see how it works? The statement, to aid the finder, not the seeker. I don't want to reward an average searcher. They will have earned it. I'm not giving it away to the cosmos. Do you see what those statements mean? It means You heard Jack. That's all you heard. Now, can anybody tell me if they look or just imagine numbers, clock numbers, you know how they look, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Add up those numbers, the numbers that you can see from 0 to 9, the numbers that you can see. And you can do one line or both lines that are at the front of this video. I will accept either answer. The first one can have the bragging rights of telling me what those numbers add up to. Clock face numbers. You look on your digital watch and you see numbers. What do those numbers add up to? Hey, 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 I'm getting ready to go enjoy myself, day drinking in some woohoo! Enjoy some, hey Alberti, how you doing? Howdy, howdy, howdy. Uh-oh, somebody's moving to, oh, alphabet. Indy's moving to the alphabet from A to Z. She's going through the ABCs. So don't, oh, I thought I said something else then. I don't know what was nicely done, but, you know, I just try and say the truth. And I try to point out the truth that Forrest Fenn is giving. And if those people don't understand the truth, how the heck is Forrest helping them solve it? And how can they be the finder? There is no logic to that at all. The only person, the only people, and I'm not saying I'm the solver, I am saying here's my journey. And I believe that these are the only possible ways that somebody could have solved this. And it could have done before me. I don't care. This is not about me. I'm not doing this for me. I'm trying to convince people, convince the right word. I'm trying to help people understand there is no fraud. There is no BS. There is no need for suing, whatever. There's no need for that. Because Forrest gave you all this information. And if you listen to the information, you would understand what's going on. And if you understand what's going on, then and only then can you be the so-called solver finder. I don't care if I'm the finder or not. I've told you before. It doesn't matter. And you still accuse me of, oh, I'm trying to do this and I'm trying to do that. No, I'm not. And for the last time, for the very, 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 I'll add one more very because that's the kind of person I am. Very. Last time. You, none of you, know my soul. But I'll tell you this, just so you shut the F up, my solve, mine, does not involve any of the stuff that you see and say is my solve. My solve, the solve, just like Homer said with his dog, my solve is tied to the tree. My solve uses the poem in the thrill of the chase as it is. No sliding lines, no colouring in, no nothing. Just a little bit of imagination reading the poem that is in the thrill of the chase. That is my solve for a chest. But guess what? Just a tiny little guess. Have a little guess. Why that is irrelevant. Because I wasn't looking for a chest. I was trying to solve the poem. You see, finding a chest is easy. And you can find a chest reading the Thrill of the Chase book because there is a poem in there with clues. That's why the statement says there are clues in my book. Because the poem's in the book and there are 9 clues in the poem. And there are hints in the book that will help with the clues in the poem. The pictures, the writing, going outside for elbow room. Donnie was quick to take the hint. How do you take that from the book as a hint, which Donnie was quick to take, and bring it to the poem? Because that's what you're supposed to do. You only need the poem, but there are hints that will help you. Those are what you're supposed to do. Everybody who goes outside of the poem and makes up a warm water salt, there is no confirmer. No one can agree with you because they'll have their own warm water salt. The poem has to tell you where warm water's hold. And Forrest said, if you don't have that, you have nothing. So you end up, as I said on Street Show, in this virtual space that Forrest created. And everything, are you listening? Everything that you have in that virtual space means nothing. Absolutely nothing. Because when you step out into the real world, imagine if you had a war in that virtual space that you have, and everything is destroyed. When you step out of it, oh, it's all still there. Nothing is as it seems. Nothing's been destroyed. It's all okay. I imagined everything that happened. It wasn't real. Because look, everything is still here. See how it works? Nothing is as it seems. You created a solve, a whole solve, out of nothing. And when you step back out of that virtual nothing is as it seems, just like the holodeck, it's not real. It's not real. Your answer's not real. Your solve is not real. You weren't in the real world. Nothing is as it seems. Words don't mean what you think they do. None of it can help you get a solve. The only thing that can help you get a solve is the poem. That's the only thing that can help you get a solve. If you want to find a chest. Because the poem has to tell you, warm waters hold. Has to. That's what it's designed for. Except nothing is as it seems. So maybe it's designed to hide the fact of where a chest is. And you then have to step out of that virtual nothing is as it seems. And words don't mean what you think they do. And work out what is as it seems and what does mean what you think it does. And everyone is moving to AZ. My dad is too. The California. There seems to be a lot of people in California. 70. That's almost D.B. Cooper stuff, isn't it? Hello. Hey, Street. Hello, all. My apologies for falling asleep the other. No, it's me. Every time I talk, people want to fall asleep, so you're good. Around there. Yeah, it was good. I thought it was a good stream, to be fair. I tried to wake you. I don't know if you watched it, but I did try and wake you. And then I felt guilty about trying to wake you because obviously it was early in the morning and you'd had a long day. No, you're good. It's all right, Street. I didn't know whether you, sometimes you nip to the men's room or something, maybe gone, but obviously you haven't. So. It's all good. I enjoyed being on there. Thanks. Took pictures. Took pictures of you sleeping. Some slobbering involved as well. I have arrived. Can you start over? You haven't missed nothing. I just do my little rants, just don't get why people don't hear the simple truth that Forrest said. He was going to do this chase, and these are just my words, but this is what it boils down to. He was going to do the chase, and he was going to aid the person that was going to find whatever it is needed to be found. And then we have however many people are left in the chase, not knowing what's going on. And if you don't know what's going on, you didn't hear what Forrest was saying because he was going to help you. So that to me says maybe you're not the finder or the solver or whatever because Forrest didn't help you, so you obviously didn't hear him. and they claim to be the solver. And it's like, I don't get it. Why would you claim to be the solver when you haven't heard a word that Forrest said? Because he was absolutely aiding the finder and not the seeker. So that's all you missed. Not much. Oops, excuse me. It's probably in the fridge, Indy. Normally when you lose something, it's put in the fridge. I'm sorry to hear that, though, to be fair. Oh, I couldn't be happier. Lost my job today, but I couldn't be happier. Oh, that's cool. Don't know how that works, but congratulations, Street says. So, yeah, okay. Congratulations for being happy about losing your job, Indy. I'm going to go out to dance and drink. Oh, yeah, let's go out dancing and drink. Well, I don't drink, but dancing is all right. I still love to dance. I know I'm a little bit old, but I can dance. I can dance if you want to. So, anybody look at those numbers yet? I'll give you some time. Not you, Davey B, because you have prior knowledge. But just 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. As you look, but nothing is as it seems. And there's 2 lots of them. So if you just add up the numbers that you see and tell me what the total is. And then choose a solve area that you want it to be. Montana, Colorado, New Mexico, or Wyoming. If you could do that, please. All 22 of you. I just want to prove something. So at least 2 or 3 people do it. Just 2 or 3. Just as I can have a, well, who do you think is right out of those people? They might have the same answer, they might have different answers, but, and, the same state even. I've got my rent paid and savings. I'll have a new job within a week. Ooh, cool. There's always another job, even if you have to create your own. Ooh, I like the sound of that. Choose the safety dance for Mary. Well, at least it's not the hokey cokey. Damn it, no one said anything about a math test. Yeah. Well, I'd say there is no right or wrong answer, but there is a right answer in the sense that, nothing is as it seems. I will say this to the director of sales that I thought he could disrespect me. I told him this. I will say this to the director of sales that thought he could. That he would be happy if he had a girlfriend and hair. Oops. Oh, you could be talking about me. I then handed him my hair extensions. Told him this side pack was on the house, and then I packed up my stuff. Hey, Amy. It's good to see you or read you. Pretty well done, Indy. If was it the same colour hair as he had? He might be fashioning a wig as we speak. Otherwise, he'd have to dye his hair. But you could have been talking about me. I got no hair, no girlfriend. I went out with a bang. Oh, don't say that. And everyone was saying, yeah, I bet they were. I'd be sad to see you go. So the reason why I want people to do it is because I'm telling you that nothing is as it seems. But I want you to add the numbers that you see. And then let me know what it comes to. So a total of the numbers that you can see, either 1 line or 2 lines. I'll know what you've done. You've updated, we need help yet again. 2 confusing movies in a row now. Confusing movies, so you know what they are, but they're confusing. I truly believe, and when I say I, David B's in the chat, he'll tell you he believes the same. The outside, there's 2 answers. that are important in the chase. And inside, there are many answers that are not as important in the chase. So the outside, maybe effort will be worth the cold, maybe braving in the wood, maybe the answers that you need. You know, it looks like snow on the floor to me. Looks like a victor braving in the wood. Looks like a TP braving in the wood. So effort will be worth the cold, braving in the wood. Maybe the answer, end of the rainbow. Hope from the monarch butterfly. Could be. If that's what a monarch butterfly is for. Ashley, you're here. You know what a monarch butterfly is, or should do, probably do, maybe do, represents. So, 3 things I think there are. We just know it's a movie. We don't know which movie. We just know it's a movie, but we don't know which movies. So the last one you don't know, and this one you don't know. With it being movies. And the music? Do you know the relevance of the music? Street. Let's say drink tomorrow. Well, we can say that. Drink tomorrow. There you go. We said it. Also watching some team. Yeah, our team in the probably. Well, not probably. This is the cup that I had the most confidence in before it started. Our players, we've got so many to choose from. Our manager took us to the final, which we lost. The last one, World Cup. Well, Ben, you're watching, probably. So, yeah, this one, so full of confidence, it's unreal. And then you watch the games. Well, no. And then you see the team selection and you think, oh, why has he done that? No, he knows what he's doing. Give him the benefit of the doubt. First game, awful. Second game, not much better. Before the third game, we'd already qualified. We didn't need to do anything. We'd already qualified. Well, maybe you'll change it. Maybe you'll put on the younger players, the flair players, and give them a run out. It doesn't matter what we do. We're through. We only need to draw. Nope, he didn't. And it, again, awful until he put those players on. And he gave one player 2 minutes, 3 minutes. What? So, whilst we finished top of the group, a group that we should have finished top of, and whilst, I'm England through and through, and I try not to, say bad things about the team, there was no passion, no blood and thunder, no let's get the nation behind us. So we finished top. We've got the easiest game next. I'm still not confident that we're going to win that. So thanks for just reminding me of that, Ben. Headed biking, but I'm listening 22 miles tonight. Wow, I've got to keep talking while you do 22 miles. But just be careful. Don't go crazy. There you go. Street says the same. Ride safe. And you're July 14. That'll be amazing. Flicking between the two, yeah. Well, I hope your team Does the business. I'm not too confident about mine, but I will support them and hope. Maybe you need to do 44 miles then, Queen. Either that or you're as bad as me at washing and they've shrunk. Yeah, that's they're always rough, to be fair, or mostly. Yeah. How long left? Hulk smash the like button. Oh, thank you. Helps his numbers. Oh, okay. I've already got two. I've got 222, 22, and 2 likes. That's not bad, is it? Got 3 little ducks. Or a hint from Forrest in one of the scrapbooks. Yeah, probably shrunk. Oh, still quite a bit go then. Just don't get all defensive. You know. It's possible to score with 10 men. And before it's possible to score 2 goals with 10 men, unless they are physical and big money. Big money, like this big. Change the screen. Oh, my hands disappear. God, I feel like the Invisible Man. Mario, no. Oh, we're doing that again, Dillard. Mario, no. Of no is Hemingway. Has nobody done that little maths problem? I can't believe it. How am I supposed to explain something if nobody does it? Not big money, big typo. Not big money. Oh gosh. What was I thinking about? Um, I wanted to talk about something and it's gone out of my ears. So, July 4th soon, maybe. Some celebrations going on. Hold fingers tight. Smash the like button. Hitting 3 letters at a time. I don't know. I went from the 3 to the 5. I can't remember which flip I had. It's gone from the Z3 to the Z5. Must have done. I remember Z3, so Z3 to the Z5. And you'd think there's hardly any difference in it. But I can't type to save my life on this one. I keep hitting the backspace instead of the letters. And hitting the C instead of the backspace. It's like, what the heck's going on with my fingers? I type and then I send it like I normally do, and then I read it and I think, what the heck does that say? So I dread to think what the people are thinking. But as I'm looking, I think I'm hitting everything right, and then I send it and I look and I go, what? So instead of hitting the N, I'm hitting the backspace. Instead of hitting the backspace, I'm hitting the C. And full stop instead of the M. So what's going on? Don't know. I don't know why I'm not managing to hit those correct ones. It's always the same. Reading it, it's always the same issue. I've either hit the C and there's no bar. I haven't hit the bar. There's no space. I've hit the full stop instead of the M. So instead of more, it's dot all. It's crazy. Crazy, crazy. So why did you contact me, Mario? And do you still think that Emerald is on your boardwalk in Yellowstone? So Forrest didn't have to put a chest out there, even though he said he did. You just had to find it. So if you can find the chest and tell Forrest where it is, then he'll get it. Right? I'm not saying this is what's happened, but it could have been on his desk. But you had to tell him where it was, wherever you found it. And then you won't find it where you know where it is. So if you could find it in the poem, that's all that matters. Maybe. You know, it could have been where it was supposed to be, but Forrest, it says that the chest is here. It says that the ring is here. It says that the frog is here. Blah blah blah. Tells you where all these things are that are supposed to be missing. So if you could tell Forrest where it was, it means you can read the poem. Doesn't matter if it's there physically. It matters if you can read the poem. And Forrest is all about read me what the poem says, and it's game over. So Forrest, the poem says the emerald ring is under the boardwalk. Does it say under? I remember now. The emerald stone ring I can't remember. I think it does say under. Emerald stone ring. I can't remember. And the frog, I want to tell you where the frog is. But there may be evidence that the poem that tells you where the frog is has a confirmer somewhere. Maybe. So the poem says that the frog is somewhere, and within the chase there may be information that says, yeah, you're right. The frog is there. Contacted you because the poem said contact you and talk about the story. It didn't say story. Prose, it said. Prose. Wasn't, like I say, nothing. Well, I say nothing. Now, if I look in now, I'm looking for certain things. Before, I wasn't looking for anything. Just trying to, solve the poem, see what it said. And then that came up. And it's hard not to see it because on that side of the poem, there are E's and T's, R's. So, it was easy to find the number because there are that many E's and not many other like consonants and other things. So it was easy to get that number other than anything else. And if you look where the street is, you can see the word email. It's like street email. Why would it say that? Or anybody's email, to be fair. And don't forget, there was a solve that I talked about a long time ago that says mail a coin. So could have mailed a coin to Forrest, and that could have, been the answer. Or told, that it says in the poem it was found under a canopy of stars. So written from the left where Jonathan Stouff's name is, says it was found under a canopy of stars. Going no place for me. And is able to draw a nice around that sort of area going across the middle of the poem. It was found under a canopy of stars. So you could have said that. It's under a canopy of stars. And that could have done it. Go, Queen, you inspire me. She makes me tired. Take the vision on not in full mode. Oh, stupid question. Did not expect me. No, I've heard it so many times that you get used to it. Oh, I did have a moment of deja vu. What about the Trove? Chest and Trove the same. What about the Trove? Chest and Trove the same. What is everyone talking? No, chest and Trove not the same. If the chest is the lure, then that says, if you look at the poem, there's treasures, riches, chest, trove. That's 4, possibly. The Forrest said, I've got 5 keys and I've got a chest. So are there 4 different things that you need to find? Or was he just talking about, 4 keys and 4 chests? I'm definitely of the opinion that if the chest is the lure, then what is, the real thing? Hi, Michael. Listen as I walk. Oh, all right, rub it in. At the beach. Water's cold. Uh-oh. Not warm waters then. Too many people here. We're all just looking at the water. That's probably because there's loads of sharks in there. Oh, I'm not going in there. Or, jellyfish or something. Unless, Jesus is walking on it. Looking out there. I hope you have a great time there. Hi, Nikki. Good to read you. Great question, Woody. What do you think? Woody Bob, a chest is a vessel, a trove is a collection. Possibilities are endless until there is a correct solve released. So then that's the issue. Not necessarily an issue, but if no one is to know, if the argument is no one can know because they're going to damage the spot, then that's the case all the way through. Doesn't matter for now or later. If the real solve comes out, the spot will still be vandalized. Unless the spot is protected before it's released. Or it could be that there's no need for a statement of fact for the solve if certain things happen and you can see what the answers are without needing the solve. They are not the same. Hang on, let me get back. I'm missing a bit. Oops, what's going on? They're not the same. What? McCaffrey, what's that for? I hate my computer. Why is that come up? Nothing else matters. They're not the same. In my opinion, Trove, chest, treasures, my rainbow are all different yet the same. All different yet the same. Could the chest be part of the Trove? Not in my opinion. I think the chest holds the Trove. Different yet the same. All part, Forrest state. One thing that includes them. Different yet the same. Yes, that is a possibility. There's a lot of yeses going on. Interesting answers. Could the poem be his chest? Well, if words don't mean what you think they do, but the chest has to be in the Rocky Mountains. Because that's what he said. I hid a chest in the Rocky Mountains. So if you found anything, you had to be in the Rocky Mountains when you found it. Or, it has to be a place in the Rocky Mountains. The treasure has been found. Yes, not the chest. Was the treasure found before the chest? Well, the chest may not even belong. Well, the whole point, the statement that Forrest made, and I'm trying to make that statement for the last 4 years, is the chest is going back. So therefore, it didn't belong to him. Right? Why is this? I've got McAfee just standing in the way. Oh no, get lost. That's it, gone. So the chest didn't belong to him because he said it was going back. So therefore, if the chest didn't belong to him, nobody was getting the chest anyway. Well, not that chest. So if it didn't belong to him and it was going back, then something else is going on. The same phrase state different because each word has a different meaning. Everybody's saying yes, and I'm not sure what they're saying yes to. His announcement was the treasure has been found. Yet the chest may not belong to him at all. No mention of chest. I don't think it belongs to him anymore, but it did at one point. Great point to make my statement plausible. If the poem is talking about the Rocky Mountains, then the chest was hidden in the Rocky Mountains. Well, the statement was the Rocky Mountains, so you'd have to say the chest was in the Rocky Mountains because I hid a chest in the Rocky Mountains. If you find it, you can have it, is the statement. So one would have to deduce that there's a chest in the Rocky Mountains, and that is the only place you're going to find a chest. Endless possibilities. Yes, if he's talking about a chest, his chest means a lot of things. Okay, he's following the violation of church and state. Whoa. Yes, the irrevocable trust. Well, what is an irrevocable trust? Is Forrest alive? Or is Forrest dead? Based on that information you're just using. The irrevocable trust. What does that say? The beauty of the thrill of the chase. So nobody's done that. I'll tell you what the answer is, because nobody's done it anyway. And I'll explain why I did that. If nothing is as it seems, and I'm talking about the numbers that you can read, the reason it's not as it seems is because I turn the numbers upside down. You're reading it because you believe those numbers are as you see them. But I'm telling you it's not. It's not as it seems. So therefore, you only have the choice of using the number 1, the number 2, the number 5, the number 6, the number 8, and the number 9, because they're the only ones that look like numbers when you turn them upside down. So if you count all the numbers, you failed. But you will be 100% sure in your own mind that you added them correctly. Not taking into account that nothing is as it seems, and reading the numbers as they were written, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, adding them all up and getting 32, and then adding the numbers up, getting 32, 64. But in reality, because nothing is as it seems, and I turn them upside down, it was only 32 or 31, I can't remember now, 32. 1 and 2 is 3, and 5 is 8, and 6 is 13, 8, 8 is 21, 30, I can't count. But anyway, only the numbers that are able to be used no matter which way you look at them. And you would have, so if you said, well, I've got the answer and it's this, and said it's Montana, you would be 100% sure that your answer was correct and swear blind to me that your answer was correct and there's no other answer. And yet you don't take into account what if? What if you turn them upside down? Does Vegas have an over under on Trump? So they're having a big debate today. Is it today or whenever they're having their debate? Come on, he's old. Cut him some slack. You'll be there someday. Proof positive. The president. You want about Biden? No, you can't cut him some slack. No. No. President of the United States. No. No. Being old is one thing, but being old and president of the United States acting like a, I don't know. No. No, you shouldn't cut him any slack. You should tell him, stand down, let somebody else do it. It's not about the politics. It's not about the politics. My view on politics is you're only in it for yourselves. If you truly were in it for the people, you would turn around and go, well, actually, some of their ideas are good. Because politics isn't all left and all right. It's impossible for that to be the case. So, no. It's not about politics. It's about, he was doing a walk the other day. He just wandered off like a lost child. What are you doing? Just wandered off, staring into space. And his wife, I think it's his wife, had to drag him back. You're the president of the United States. You can't. No slack. No slack. Don't you dare cut some slack, Zozo. He's a cute, feeble little man. Yeah, he may be. But you can't have a cute, feeble little man as president of the United States. Stop it. Just being silly now. Yeah, it's not. It doesn't matter if Trump's running the country now. That doesn't matter. You can't, as one of the strongest powers in the world, be seen to have that person as your leader. No. You can't let the world see or think that that person is running your country. No. I'm embarrassed for you. I am. I'm embarrassed for the United States of America too. You've had some good presidents, but he is by far, I mean, also I don't know the ones early in history, but he's by far the worst president you've ever had. No, that does not set. We are the United States of America, the strongest country in the world. No, that doesn't set that. Not for me. I think he is a hologram. I think there's somebody trying to work him out and not get it right. When I get that on if I survive not being killed, murdered, any type of suicide, my declaration, I'll use a cane. I'll beat people. Get out of my way. No, he don't represent you Americans. No way. No. No. If he represents you Americans, then you're all communist. And you all want to go over to China. And you all want to take their money. What sort of American are you? No. No. Pirate. Hello. The US is in trouble. You're not kidding. Forrest had it right canned. What that means. Well, don't push him too hard because he'll fall the other way. Yeah, oh, it must be here somewhere. Actually, Davey gave me a video, the Hitler one, looking for it. Oh, I couldn't stop laughing. That was a good video. If you've seen that video, if you haven't seen it, see it. It's funny. It really is funny. And for someone to come up with that is, wow. Is abortion legal? Well, a legal abortion is, but abortion happens anyway. The This is where it gets a bit blurred because it's the church that don't want people to have an abortion, and they're not the law. So they make a law to keep the church happy. I'm I'm understanding of people who want to have an abortion, but you know, it is a life, and it's difficult to try and make. There is no correct decision in that. There is no correct decision because there are some instances where you can see why they want it to happen. So there's like a term thing, isn't it? If it goes so far, you can't. So you can up to a point when it's deemed not life, I suppose, if that's what they're saying. I don't know the full facts, so I'm not a doctor, and there supposed to be one on YouTube, but I think there's like a term thing. If it goes so far at the point where it's considered a life, then you can't. But it's a life, from the start. I don't know. Why are we asking that anyway? Truth is, the whole world is a cluster. Well, yeah. Yeah. Yep. I will initiate change that helps the reboot. Is there a public law? It is religious based in many ways. Yeah, it starts with religion and the Catholic religion probably more than most, but so I think it's when they term it to be, a life, they say you can't get rid of it. But before it is. See, the contradiction is if it's illegal, then why have you got the morning after pill? Because or whatever, because you're trying to kill it before it starts. If the pill is to kill something or make it impossible for you to conceive, so I don't know. You're basically saying, yeah, it's fine. I don't know. Do you call sperm alive? I don't know. I don't know how it works. But up to a certain point, you can, and then you can't. Yeah, I think there are certain instances where like rape and stuff like that, where they probably don't want to have a child, and who can blame them? Some strange person rapes you, and you've got to live with their child for the rest of your life. How how do you get a bond like that? How can you form a bond with a child that's come about by, I don't know. I can't put myself in that person's shoes, and I don't know. I don't know. Hey, Tim. Driving through Colorado, but listening. Hope everyone is doing well. Yes, and we hope you are, and we hope that you're careful while you're driving. Are you on one of your expeditions? I am also one to think very correctly that women have a standing law to help them. The Constitution dictates the pursuit of happiness. Woo! Why do you ignore the real soul of Bill Gorman? Very much wrong. Why do I ignore the soul of Bill Gorman? I don't ignore the soul of Bill Gorman. I ignore some of the comments, but I don't ignore the soul of Bill Gorman. Everybody has the right to believe that they're the solver. I don't ignore anyone. But I don't go out my way to try and, try and hail Bill as a solver, because then I could hail Dave from the east as a solver. I could hail Barbara the solver. I could hail anyone the solver, because there is no solve better than the other. John, who was on the streets, I could hail him as the solver. The thing is, when people tell me they're solves, they don't use what Forrest Fenn said. I mean, while John's solve is a good solve, Forrest said you can get it in any time of the year, any weather, and John admitted that you couldn't. So, and it's on a bridge, stream, brook, river, whatever it is, and it's supposed to be in a place where people wouldn't normally go, and it's in a place where everybody goes, and it's supposed to be isolated, and it's not isolated. So, I look at all the facts that Forrest gave us, and I look at the solve and go, well, no, I don't think it is. But I'm not Forrest, and so I can't say the solve is wrong unless it's not the solve. A chest. You found a chest. If you found a chest, you're supposed to find a chest. Colorado is where the chest was. If a woman gets pregnant, not allowed to have an abortion before a certain time period is attained. Yes, and that's the issue. Some people don't know they're pregnant, and they have the baby. It's crazy. Yeah, it's just crazy. Some girls don't know that they're pregnant, and then they have the baby, which means it's quite possible to have it go past the term that they talk about. Bill might join up with Dave Woodard with the lawsuits. I thought you were having a go at Dave about suing him as well, suing everybody. Again, you must have missed what I said earlier. If you are thinking John Solve is wrong, if you are thinking of suing anyone, then you can't be the solver, because Forrest was helping the solver. So either Forrest is poor at helping, or the solver is poor at listening. You can't be the solver, because Forrest was making sure that you solved the poem. And if you don't know the answer and you're trying to sue his family or other people, then obviously that's not what Forrest wanted. So he would have told you what the answer was. Street, would you? Has anyone seen Rain Man? Good movie. Street, you jealous of Bill? Treasure Trolls. Hello, Treasure Trolls. The solver should sue Dave, Bob, and the other litigants that delayed the ending. But the solver could only do that if the solver was a solver and had the finances to sue those. See, these people talk about suing people, but they haven't got the money to sue anyone. So why say it? To me, it's a pointless statement. Don't You can say that you're going to sue this person, that person, another person, but there comes a financial cost to that, and most people can't afford that cost, especially if they're going up against somebody who has more money than them. But would you? You are known to ban many. Just wondering. Hey, Star, how you doing? Bill should sue the searchers trying to rob him. But Bill, you have to physically have it for somebody to rob you of it. You haven't even got it yet. So how can they rob you? You haven't got it. No one's robbing you. Crossing the soul with Bill money. Why? You haven't got it. How is anybody robbing you of it if you haven't got it? Oh, he's here. Yeah, Sue Happy Society. But anybody, this, people say don't call me stupid, blah, 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 but this is how stupid they are. If you are the real solver, the legitimate solver, Forrest would have explained to you through his words that you were listening good to all about the chase, and you'd have no need to sue anybody. So therefore, your solve doesn't take into account everything that Forrest has told you, which means you can't be the solver. So you admit the fact that you're suing someone, you admit you're not the solver. You can deny it as much as you want, but you admit you're not the solver if you want to sue someone or tell Shiloh and other people that they need to do a lie detector test. You're admitting you're not the solver. That's how simple it is, and that's how stupid you look. Forrest set this up and told us all it's to aid the finder. The information is to aid the finder. Now, if the information didn't get through to you, specifically that you shouldn't sue his family or ask them to take a lie detector test because I've told you the answers, just don't get it. It's just so stupid. I've told you the answers, Forrest will be saying, and you were trying to sue my family. The chest was sold. Breaking news. The chest was sold. I don't see the chest being sold. I see the gold being sold. The chest was never sold. The chest never. It went to Heritage for display, but it was never sold. Or it was sold from Jack to Justin. Yeah, okay. Bill will be really broke. Bill's already really broke. Forrest told Bill he sold it in 2017. Okay. He signal per se. He signal. No. Let's go. Show it. He never told anyone. Treasure Trolls. Solver has lost many opportunities to monetize the solution because the litigants have interfered in the date of the conclusion for 4 years. Yeah, I get the feeling that it was supposed to last 4 years, or at least 4 years, or only 4 years, at least 4 years, whatever. Just ask Wanda Pixie. I don't even know who that is. I know a fish called Wanda. And you would learn many things: educational, environmental, generous, ecological, caring. Street, they all poop on the real solver. Bill, Smoking Joe, and the other name that comes up, can't remember. There's got to be at least 50 real solvers. At least 50. And those 50 people never heard a word Forrest said. Not one. Never heard a word he said. 50 solvers. And Forrest was doing it specifically. The information specifically saying to the finder, this is what's happening. 50 solvers, haven't got a clue. The gold was sold. Yeah, the gold was sold. No chest. Chest was not sold. Which is what Shiloh said. That chest will not be sold at Heritage Auction. 100% correct. How can you deny that? Do you know who I am? Yeah, we know who you are, Shiloh. And you were spot on. Chest was not sold at Heritage. You said it wouldn't be, and it wasn't. Can't fault the man. I do not have it. Woody, Bill does. I do not have it, Woody. Bill does. That's Bill. Yes, it is. Surprised he doesn't block us. Me too. Mario, Bill is the only real solver. But Bill is Jack. You said so yourself. Bill is Jack. I wonder why that was used. Maybe if words don't mean what you think they do, and you understood what the words were, you'd know why Jack was Bill when he went round. Nothing to do with Bill Gorman. It is not about the chest, Mario. Bill is getting the estate. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. You're right. It's not about the chest. Oh dear. Bill is not one of those 50. He actually met Forrest at yeah, but Forrest didn't know who the solver was. Oh dear. You you make me laugh. You people who pretend to be other people and you say the same things. No, he's not one of the 50. He's worse than one of the 50 then, because he's saying that Forrest, he knows Forrest, and Forrest says he doesn't know the solver. It can't be both. Oh dear. It's crazy. Crazy. No, Forrest did not doff his hat to you, Bill. Smoking Joe, whoever. I did not know this. Yeah, it's like, why do people say crazy things like that? It's like, yeah, I know Forrest. Well, Forrest didn't know the solver. So how are you the solver? No, I just do. I look at the people who say they're the solver through the words of Forrest Fenn. And those people that claim they're the solver have nothing to do with Forrest Fenn, with what he said. Forrest Fenn says one thing and they're totally the opposite. And they still won't listen. Solver gets everything F owned. See, you definitely not the solver. Who's the real Forrest Fenn? Maybe they'll get who the real Forrest Fenn is. Well, here. Yeah, it's just crazy, isn't it? Like, Bill Gorman is the 9 times removed cousin or whatever he is to Forrest Fenn. He not only knows him, he's a relative of him. Smoking Joe, not be disrespectful. I know more about Colorado. I lived there for 25 years. I could go find a car in the woods around Pagosa easy peasy. In fact, probably in the Blanco Basin. The crazier the better at this point. Woody, Bill has been around much longer than you, and you're just mad. You failed to solve. Actually, Forrest was doffing his hat at U Street. That's what the poem says, anyway. But for the wrong reason, or the right reason, wrong reason. I think he doffed his hat because he wished he could have lived to do the things he was attributed to. And if you know what that means, you're going to laugh or cry. What the 2019 video Street talking about? Don't know what the F thought from his ass that came from. F is dead and left the will to Bill. Well, what are you worried about then? If you got the will, what are you worried about? Well, I'm 66, really. Route 66. That's been going. Another solve there, Route 66. Zoom put on the picture, Bill, and you'll see me and Charlot sitting on the ledge. Poem says it's street. I have no doubts that that would be the case, and I know why that was the case. But it's not about finding the chest. Well, a chest, but not the chest. So you're saying there is no solver. Who's saying there is no solver? Never met him, but I felt I had. I feel I had. I never met him. So you're saying there is no solver. Who, pirate? Pirate, who? Who? Never met Forrest. I never met Forrest. Ah, the real solver. Bill Gorman is here. Is he? Where? Where's Bill Gorman? Right place, wrong time for me, my man. If you knew what that epitaph meant, you'd know why Forrest was diabolical. And if you knew what that epitaph meant, you'd know that there's no solve from the book. Although there is a solve from the book because the poem's in the book. Type 1. If you never met Forrest Fenn. Why does that do that? Get I am not Bill. Then you must be Jack. Am I the only one at type 1? Shiloh is working. No, he's supposed to be working with you, not for you. I met Forrest, but he never met me. Hi, Bill. But, beady, but, Bill, you should show the full soul to Mario and teach him a thing or two. Bill, Smoking Joe, whatever your name is, I already know. Epitaph. I wish I could have lived to do the things I was attributed to. Forrest would have had to live to have hid 50 or more chests because there are that many solvers. But he put a chest in plain sight, somebody found it, or so Forrest thought. Type 1. Hi, Larry. How are you and the lady? But I had type 2 fun. Joe, you should do a stream with Bill. Hey, Ben. I nearly missed you because I was expecting to see Treasure Trolls there instead of Treasure Warriors. Joe, you should do a stream. Yes, we would. We'd love to see that. With special guests, Treasure Trolls and Treasure Warriors. No, Treasure Warriors all right. It's their stream. Yeah, Treasure Trolls is Smoking Joe and Bill Gorman. How much you paying, Bill, Ben? Bill Gorman, Forrest Fenn's private eye. Eric took the pictures of the hat, doffing, and mildew. Street story about the day is... It's backed up by the poem, Bill. The poem says it wasn't you. The poem says it was Street. Get the whole gang, all three of them. But, Bill, your friends, Treasure Trolls and Smoking Joe, have just dobbed you in as not being the solver because they said that you met Forrest 7 times or something. And Forrest said he didn't know who the solver was. But you obviously know him. So that counts you out as being the solver. Thanks to your friends Smoking Joe and Treasure Trolls. You tell them at Bill Gorman. Treasure Trolls is not Bill. Well, Bill could have said that. He didn't need you to say that, Smoking Joe. Bill should have said, Treasure Trolls is not me. But in your desire not to be who we think you are, you're sticking up for Treasure Trolls. We might get a breakthrough. Damn, Bill, it's in the poem. Yeah, it's in the poem. It does say it was tipped to Street. As I've said before, and I'll say again, it does say. No, don't try and change it. He didn't say did not meet. Not the retriever, not the retriever, not the mummy. I don't think I am lacking facts. I think I have more facts than I need, to be fair. Forrest knew who I was, but did not know me. He knew who I was, but he didn't know me, even though I've met him 7 times. Forrest said he did not meet the solver since 2018, which is not what he said. I'm not Street. I'm a jockey. Yeah, communicated is different, isn't it? It's just, you have to laugh. They go out of their way to give all this BS to prove that they're the solver, and yet it proves categorically that they're not. And that is funny. I don't want to fall out with anybody. And Treasure Poem, saying what he said, it's just crazy. It's like you prove with your own words that you're not the solver, and then you ask that people should believe that you're the solver. Just no, it don't work like that. I talked to Forrest, but he didn't listen. Found by a man I had not communicated with since 2018. Did he say since with, or did he say by? Since, by 2018. Since 2018. But could that mean by 2018? What does since mean? Sorry, Bill, you're out. As is anyone else who Forrest communicated with after 2018. Correct, Ben. Many refuse to analyze that statement correctly. Forrest talked to me, but I didn't listen. Yeah, that is the case with most people. Forrest is talking to everybody. 9 billion people on the planet. And everyone had the chance to hear what he said. Some people listened, some people didn't. We all dance around these comments forever. Anybody smart enough to find the special spot would know to stay away from Chaos Pandora's Box. Yeah, anybody smart. I just love the little White House on page 118 in TTOTC. At least I'm not excommunicated. Again, for those people who don't hear, I'm not claiming to be the solver. I'm claiming to be someone who went on a journey with Forrest Fenn. No, went on a journey on my own at first. I can do this. Like I say, I went to America and called myself King Stupid and came back and then tried to solve the poem. Didn't try to find a chest or anything. Tried to listen to what Forrest Fenn was saying. Came up with an answer, told Forrest I was happy with myself, wasn't searching anymore. Then the chest was found and people were a bit nasty. So I made some YouTube videos to try and explain the what ifs, the things that you could do to find information. Nobody wants to listen, that's fine. And somebody could have been, the solver finder, waiting for whatever's supposed to happen. Just because I find information doesn't mean to say it was me. But the information's there. And the solve that I have for a chest is not what you see. I've told you how to get the solve. But the information that I show you is because I think it's important information. But it's nothing to do with finding the chest. Two-way communication. Yes, and I didn't know. So, oh hell, Bill, here's the solve. Does that make you feel better, Bill? Nomadic, how are you? I think Forrest said somewhere that solve the poem, find the chest. You can't just solve the poem. You have to retrieve the chest, kind of like what Jack did. Well, he did say, if you have a disability, tell me where it is, and I'll get it for you. So that tends to mean you can solve the poem and ask Forrest to get it for you. Kind of like what Jack did. So these people, oh no, it's not even worth, because I say it over and over and nobody listens. Hidden meaning of words are not obsolete. I did not communicate with Forrest after he asked people to stop emailing him. Was 2018, 2019, early to... Oh, so any one of those 3 years. One way from Forrest, since he is explaining his action taken. Rib some holy water on it, Alberto. You'll be okay tomorrow. Oh, Rob. Is that what you truly think at Star? Maybe, but that with is what steers me communication received. Well, what if you look at it this way? What if the person didn't come into the chase until 2018, 2019? then Forrest would have been able to communicate with them anyway because they weren't there. I doubt Forrest would ever retrieve it for anyone. Doesn't matter whether he would or wouldn't, it's what he said. If you have a disability, tell me where it is, I'll get it for you. Doesn't mean to say he would get it, but it will be got if that was the case. I don't think Forrest would lie like, with something like that. How much you got? You too, Larry, rub some holy water on it. God, it is, isn't it? Bill, Mary's just mad. He is mad. You do not believe it. Do I look mad? I don't look mad. I think, okay, let's go down this route if you want. I might not be claiming to be the solver and finding a chest, but I do figure out the poem. That's one thing I have done. Whether I'm the solver or not doesn't matter. But figuring out the poem, yeah, I figured out the poem. I can't believe you said that. I'm probably the only person that's figured out more avenues to the poem than most people in the chase. So to make that statement just makes you look even more stupid. F stopped responding to Bill in 2018 and Times and all. That's not communicated with Bill since 2018. You can be correct too, because two-way communication is a possible meaning. Remember that many in the community have stated that it was uncommon for him to respond to anyone. Yeah, he wasn't coming forward with emails. Better safe than sorry. I'm not Catholic. I figured out the poem. Preview did. I don't need to prove it. It will be proven. Whoever figured it out doesn't need to say a word. It will be proven. No. Simplify. 100%. Hey, Newman. What, the Biden and Trump debate or the debate here? Shoot, he responded only to two of mine. One was condolences when I told him my wife died, and other time. Yeah, I think he just said, like, thank you because I said happy birthday or something. And enough because he's probably sick of having the answers that I was giving him. I don't know. That was it. And it's probably me that he's talking about on that video that he did. One or two things are going to happen. You're going to stop sending emails or call, text, or spoke to after 2008. You're out. Out. That matters not, Larry. Just stuff works on anyone. You just got to believe. Faith. I got a vision of Father blessing all those in need in the apocalypse. Okay, Bill. Whatever. I don't think I put shit on anybody. I think I respond to the shit that I'm given with the truth. You might feel like it's, raining shit, but it's not me that's raining it. I'm just deflecting it. Ben F did not respond to Bill after 2018. No, prove you figured out the poem. If you don't understand what I've said in the poem, then you're definitely not the solver. Definitely not. And the chest that you say is in Colorado, no, no, no. And the fact that you used 9 clues, no, no. And that in itself should say I figured out the poem. Just that statement there, that one statement should say that I figured out the poem. Forrest said, if I told you the Homer Brown, you go right straight to it. That tells you I figured out the poem. Just that statement, even though I've given you, lots more. But then, solving the poem without doing any of the stuff that you've seen, just reading the poem in the book, plus all the stuff that you've seen that I'm doing, is for the something more. The chest is easy. When you figure out, when you're told what it is, you're going to think, well, I think of that. F and Bill are cousins. Well, again, you're making it sound like he knows Bill, so therefore Bill can't be the solver. You're not doing Bill any favours. If you did not find it, you're out. Zozo did not figure out the poem either. Matters not who starts the fight, it only matters where it is taken. Does Vegas have a betting line? Trump doesn't show up. Does not know that 9 clues exist. Clues he did not over anything. 9 clues exist, but you don't need 9 clues. You don't need 9 clues. And that proves you didn't figure it out. Hey, Steve. Steve? Where's Steve? Yeah. Oh, you, Joe. Bill's third cousin twice from. I don't. It amazes me that people can say the things they say that make them look really like stupid, and they still carry on saying the stuff. It's like you've just said that Bill knows Forrest Fenn, and Forrest Fenn says he doesn't know the solver. So we're all distant cousins. Can't catch me now. Better read the poem. I'm sick of reading the poem, to be fair. In fact, I'm probably the only person reading the poem the way that, it's possibly meant to be read. F did not say he did not know the solver. No, you're right there. He said he didn't know the finder. Bill, Smoking Joe, treasure trolls. You only claim to have found a chest. That doesn't make you the solver, because the chest is the lure. Try and keep up with what's happening in the chase. If you found a chest, you are only a finder. If you solve the poem, you know the chest is just a lure, and you know what the real something is, or why Forrest is diabolical. I don't know. I don't know why you even try to talk in chat, because what you say just makes you look less and less credible. There's 6 degrees of separation. Bill's 99%. I don't need to prove it. Bill, whoever you are, I don't care. Listen, you maybe need Forrest's hearing aid. I am not claiming to be the solver, so I don't need to prove that I figured out the poem. You claim to be the solver, but if you figured it out, you can't, because nobody believes you. Nobody believes you. Nobody believes any of the solvers because they have no confirmer. You know what the confirmer is? Have you any idea what the confirmer is? There's only one confirmer you need. Have you any idea what it is? No, because you didn't solve the poem. The confirmer is having Warm Waters Holt nailed down. Because without it, you have nothing. Nothing. Your virtual reality, where you solved all of those problems that gave you a solve, exists in the wrong place, not in the real world. No, I admitted that I am not claiming to be the solver, and I don't need to prove that I figured out the poem. Treasure chest was found by a man I did not know and had not communicated with since 2018. Yeah, he lost ages ago, but I pretend that I'm angry and I pretend that I'm, having a conversation with him, but really I'm thinking, you just make yourself, I don't know. I, there are some bad words that, they make themselves out to be, but I don't want to go there. Each time you speak, you prove that you're not the solver. And each time you try and attack me for not being able to prove anything, Forrest said, it is vital that nobody share the secret. So why would I prove it to you? I did not even tell Forrest half of the stuff. And Forrest made a statement to that fact that people didn't tell him because they didn't know who he was. Because guess what? Who is the real Forrest Fenn? And who is the person that set up the chase in 2009? Who spoke to Ben in 2009? And there is a Medium article now that talks about Forrest in 2009, not 2010. How can you write that? The chase started in 2010. But the Medium article for this solver was 2009. Medium article, another one. One wrote by a Jack and the other wrote by a Zach. Ben showed up after the find. Where have you been? Ben has told us all he spoke to Forrest in 2009. Ben showed up way before 2016, 15, 17, whatever it is. No, 2020. He showed up way before 2020. Yeah, they're not listening. Did not know. Game over if he knew you. Will believe a solver only if they show me a picture of them holding or handling the chest or its contents. Have you got a picture of you, Zozo? If not, you've counted yourself out, so therefore I count you out. Sorry, that's the way it goes. If you're saying that the solver has to have that picture with the chest or its contents, then you should do the same. So let's see the picture. Post it. I'm joking. You can't make statements like that, Zozo, if you can't do it yourself. That's like counting yourself out. Yeah, it's I don't know why I've got a double head, but it's the virtual background. It's all right, your eyes aren't going. Tigger! Woo! Hey, hey. Are you saying I don't know the secret? I've got the key and the secret. I've got the key to another. No. Yeah, sorry, street. Just saves you seeing my curtain and the telly and stuff like that. No, I just see everybody else is solving the poem, but I haven't figured it out. Hi, USA China. What a question that is. Hi, is the solver in? No, he's not in at the moment. Can I take a message? I'm his mum. He's gang. I haven't got a gang. Hey, redneck. I was going to make a mum joke, but I think so. Wow, you're going quick now. I tried the poem sliding line sing and my upside down calculator said. Yeah, I was just talking about upside down calculators, to be fair. Well, not talking about the calculators, but talking about the upside down. So the fact that you can only read certain numbers upside down. So nothing is as it seems. So I was trying to point out that whilst you think you have the right answer, if nothing is as it seems, and you read that upside down number wrong, you will get a totally different answer and you will swear blind that it's correct and that, you have the correct answer and it's to solve. And yet when you find out the truth, you will know that you haven't because you can't read those numbers when they're upside down. So therefore the information you got, which is the information in the chase, nothing is as it seems, you'll believe in one thing when something else is happening. I found a hell of a chest in Ashley. Hey, we can't talk about those sort of things. Looks around to make sure. Yeah, you wouldn't need to look around. You'd feel it. You'd know. You'd know. Why are you going so quick? Video looks like these graphics. Control. What's smart the ball? What's going into it? Joe. Cancer took one. Oh, cancer. Did David Green, nobody asked you. What did you see, David? Tell the truth. Yeah, she'd have smacked you around the head and then you wouldn't need to know that. So sad right now, bad to yeah, that's not good. Although if it's not your fault, it's not your fault, is it? But sometimes, as Mike says, life gets in the way. Otherwise, one person. That's it. The truth will set you free. Never a truer word spoke. Larry, what are you trying to say? Yeah, I think you would have got. I'm proud to have a shiny chest, but damn it, it's mine. A shitty chest. Shiny chest was better. Leave it as shiny. That was okay. Yeah, the one. I mean, it's never good to like lose a job or whatever, but normally it's Christmas time, and that's it just sucks. That does. Companies just getting rid of people. Probably the worst time of the year, Christmas, and the new start of the new year. Spell check is killing me. Shiny works street. Yeah, shiny works. I've got a watch party to get to. A watch party? What the heck is a watch party? I like watches. I've got, I don't know, too many, I think. Never like wear them all, but just now that I've got them. It's like I'm like with watches, like women are with shoes. You, me, you can watch on YouTube, baby. I've got a watch party to get to. You. What am I watching, Tigger? I'm lost now. I'll have Bill on my show only if Joe joins. And Treasure Trolls. They all have to be there together. Treasure Trolls, Bill, and Smoking Joe. Okay, then. We'll trust you. Listen, if anybody wants to see the Trump and Biden, don't feel obligated to listen to me. Turn me off and listen to them. Although I just honestly, I'm not being horrible. I just can't see if Biden manages to pull this off without looking silly. I'll be surprised, and I'm even, I'm more surprised that they haven't got a stunt double for him. I really am. I honestly am. Like, Air Force One, they get in, and then he stays in Air Force One. The stunt double comes out, goes back in. You know, that's what I would expect. Super chat's on for that one. Biden will be there. Yeah, not mine. Ben, are you going to cross-examine? Oh, yeah. Actually, Ben, make sure Alan is with you. I want to see how Alan rips into all of them. Bowden? He'll have them cartoon things on, won't he? Look for Biden's eyes. He'll give away how much cocaine he gets. I think his wife will be behind him with a hand like that. Oh, you can't see. I can't see. But behind him on his back, operating him. Oh, have you looked, have you? Naughty Tigger. Biden will be all day. See, look, most of the people in the chat don't have anything good to say about Biden, and yet he won an election. Like the percentages of people in chat is 100% people not saying anything good about Biden, and yet he won an election of more than 50%. How does that work? I've developed Obama behind the curtain with Biden on his own. The ventriloquist. I love that. The feeble little man. Both candidates suck. Yeah, I said, well, my whole family will be voting for Biden. Your whole family? Just stop there. Your family, Ashley and the kids. Your parents and your brothers and sisters, if you've got brothers and sisters, are voting for Biden. But your family, now, Ben, your family, Ashley and the kids, that's your family. They were your family, those people. There was nothing good to say about Biden. I'm not voting for either. Yeah, I said the other day, I can't believe that out of a country of millions and millions and millions of people, you only have two people to vote for. That's crazy. There's no way. No, no, no. There is something not right with those statistics. Millions and millions and millions of people. And then you can reduce it down to how many of those people can actually afford to run for president. And there's still thousands of people to go at. And yet you're down to two. One person people hate, and one person's just not up to the job. And when I say hate, how can you hate someone who did the job that he did? Just doesn't make sense. Doesn't matter whether you don't like the person. He ran the country quite well, to be fair, not just for the US, for the whole flipping world. RFK Jr. is no better either. Everyone but Ashley. He didn't win. He had fewer people who heard. Yeah, when I saw the rallies, it was like there's nobody there. Like, focused on Biden, and then you expect to hear, like, the chanting and the clapping and everything. It's like, there's nobody there. He's talking to himself. And yet he won. I'm like, no, what happened there? No, I just don't see it. Just, no. Well, this hasn't finished yet, so, the Simpsons normally get good predictions, so maybe you'll have the first female president. Because he doesn't look like he's going to make it. I don't know. I don't think they were legitimate votes. I really don't. Yeah, that's crazy. Just two people out of the whole of the United States of America. And, just in, Fort Worth alone, you've got enough billionaires to run for president. And I'd say at least 5% of them would be better than Joe Biden. No matter what abilities they had at running the country, they'd be better than Biden. Too many states, crooked voting laws. Yeah, I don't know how. I don't know. It's been like that, Mario. To be honest, this may be the most important. It's all a smoke and mirror show. Pray for us, Mr. Bradshaw. It took going back to see. It's 30 years now. Yeah, I don't know. People don't see the names on all the brands that they have, because you could have 30 different companies and they're all owned by one person. And they'll say things like, "Oh, I won't use such and such because so and so owns it," but he owns them as well. And it's crazy, or she. It's crazy that those people with money have such a big reach. Like Google, probably 6, 7, 8, 9 companies, either parent or subsidiary or whatever you call them. And people don't realise that whilst they say, "Oh, I don't like Google," blah blah blah, they're still paying money into that person's hand. Those two come up with the only people. Yeah, me personally, I think Trump did a decent job. So, and I wouldn't mind him doing that sort of job over here. But I would like to think that in a company of millions and millions, I would have more of a choice than just two. Even if I wanted to vote for Trump, I would rather have, an option of, is there somebody else? I know there's that lady, can't remember her name, but do better. I thought you liked him. Watch a home video from that's one of the people around the world. Yeah, I wouldn't even say he was a follower. He has no idea where he is. It's all for show. The deep state runs everything. Like I say, there's only so many people in charge, and the reach, it's a big reach. And as I say, Fort Worth has a lot of billionaires in. But we won't have any money, and we'll be happy. Doesn't say much for the only. Doesn't say much for the overall quality of American thing. All right. What Kennedy got? Even Abraham Lincoln melted. That's who I'm still voting for. Hey, Neo. My vote is private. I'm back. Oh, she let the cake out in the rain. We having pina colada as well, Queen. Drinking pina colada and getting caught in the rain. Did you know it was going to rain? Like, were you anticipating it raining, or did you think, well, I'll get there and back and it'll be okay? Has the match finished, Ben? Have you won? Drawn? I'm dreading our next match. Just really am. Can we talk more about Epitaph? If you wish. I think. Did you get wet? Is that where the chest was? Queen, are you where the chest was? I'm out. See you later, Neo. I thought you just got here. Don't tell me you've been here all the time. I didn't know. Are you still here, Ben? Did you win? Is it finished? Can't be far off, surely. It was a pop-up shower. Not wet. Not wet. Made 15 miles, not wet. Lost? Oh. Yeah, I thought I was having a bad time with my team, but although, we deserve to lose, to be fair. But we're in a group that we should have won easily, and we won it, but we could have easily finished third or fourth. Yeah, the most important election in the history of America, and you have a geriatric old potential criminal running for as a red flag to the people. If so, speak up. Yeah, not wholly convinced that he's a criminal, but and that is based on the fact that they tried to get him, over Russia and all sorts of things. So they just want him to be in a position where he can't run as president. But then, who else does run? I just think It's a sad state of affairs for the world to be in when the most important country in the world is going through what it's going through, which is crazy, 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 crazy. Yeah, yeah. I'm not saying that he's not a criminal. I'm saying they've gone out of their way to try and prove that he is, whether he is or he isn't. Not not because he's a criminal, but because they don't want him to run for president. They don't care whether there's a lawbreaker or not. They just don't want him to run for president. No, I only go by Woody Bog. I don't have any alias and don't post with any other either. Our country lost its mind 6 or 7 years ago, and we haven't felt the ramifications yet. Well, I think there are a lot of things to worry about, but I think the debt that your country has should be should be the priority that you need to get sorted. You should be, giving money to China or other bloody countries. Just I don't know. It begs belief to hear what's going on. But our country's no flipping better. The things that we do. It was a rigged trial. Yeah, pretty much what I was saying. It wasn't about whether he's guilty or not. It's about if you can make him guilty, then he can't run for president, and then we're good. The felony is he was a good president, and they don't want him to get a chance to be elected. When Omar said no one else would have ever gone to trial for that. I just think I see just two different ways that the press and everything else goes on in America. There is proof that the son of the president is in bed with China. It's possible that the president himself is in bed with China and possibly even Russia, which to me is treason and nothing. And they're trying to get Trump on. It's like, what? On one side, it's possibly treason, probably the worst crime that can be committed against, the country. I don't know. I just don't get it. Don't. It's a voice it'll have. I think she will. What's her name? Short, stormy weather. It's a sad day when we all stop with the candles. Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm saying. Millions of people, rich people, who can afford to run for president. Not not even that you just stuck with them, but like, why aren't these people coming forward to run for president? Why aren't they, putting their hat in the ring? It's like they've been told it's these two. Shut up. Skinheads love him too, but nobody can articulate what the crime was. Like I say, it doesn't matter, Frank. It just matters that they get him in court and hopefully, get the right judge and get him convicted. I forgot about that. Yeah, he's a druggie as well. Yeah, see, that's another thing as well. It's not just like America that gets screwed if you have a bad president. The whole world gets screwed if you have a bad president. What? I don't know about that. I just believe that she's probably paid by the other side to, see it. Well, I know I'm not American, so I can't really say, but I don't think he did a bad job. I don't think there'd be war in Russia. I don't think there'd be war in the Middle East if Trump was president. I really don't. You carry on the same. The country just goes to pot. Now, if Biden wins, I think you'll have your first female president because it won't be long. 0%. 0% chance the right, except for Biden win. There is no way. Like before, I didn't believe that he could win, and he wasn't winning. Miles away from winning, and then he won. Don't know how that happened. But this time round, you know, fool me once, fool me twice. No, you're not going to cheat the system if it was rigged. I believe it was. 100% believe it was. I believe dead people were voting. I believe all sorts of shenanigans went on. I believe the machines were corrupted, and it was set up for are they liberals or Democrats or whatever, but the Dems to win. Because no way did they change that like that. Yeah, even that the stuff that I see in the Senate that goes on, it's like these people you couldn't get more shady. You've got one side trying to get to the truth, and another side pleading the fifth, basically. No, I refuse to answer that on the grounds it might incriminate me. You're supposed to answer. You want to be a politician. You want these people to vote you in, but you're basically saying, you spit on the US and you'd firebomb, the Senate if you could, but you want to be a politician. It's crazy, absolutely crazy. Oh, Nikki, good comment that is. Even that, you're selling to the Chinese land in your own country. It's like, what? What are you doing? You know, yeah, come over here, buy a bit of land, build a military base over here if you want. So, I don't know. I don't get it. I just don't get it. I've switched to being a pepper over what's a pepper? I don't know what pepper is. Oh, oh, Star, what do you know? Oh, prepper. Pepper sounded good though. A prepper, yeah, I don't blame you. I don't know how Hunter is not in prison, let alone Joe. I have no idea how one person is in court over, trumped up minor, don't know charges, and another one just got laptop and drugs and all sorts of things and nothing. I'm a prepper, he's a prepper, she's a prepper. Wouldn't you like to be a prepper too? The land the Chinese are buying is next to military bases. Yeah, it's like, no, you, you couldn't make it up. You could not make it up. It'd be a great film, how the Chinese took over America. It's just, it's crazy. Not a single shot fired. Dr. Prepper, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Without a shot fired, without one single shot fired, they come in and take over the United States of America. It's just crazy, absolutely crazy. Really, really is. But you have to wonder why these people would sell it in the first place. I know they want money on that, but don't you realise? So, my argument over here is in the 1940s, many people in our country died to stop people coming in and changing our culture, to keep us English, British, whatever you want to call it. And now we let them in, and they're changing our culture and everything. And we're bending over backwards to please these people that so many years ago people died to keep out of our country. To keep our country what it was, to keep us and our heritage and our culture the same. And now it's like, that don't matter. Let them in. Let everybody in. Another word for it. Well, I think what if you did an anagram of that, the epitaph? What do you think it would say? I know the guy who wrote the I'm a Prepper jingle. Holy water is worth its weight in gold. The question is, what is the question? Will CNN edit or distort this? More shit they pull, more words they give to Trump. Well, I'm hoping that CNN are trustworthy because Forrest is going to use CNN to tell us about the chase. I don't want any deep fake videos. Oh, you know what that sounds like, Frank? That sounds like a Forrest Fenn 85% and 15%. No, it will say they'll just revoice, they will just voice over what he's saying, and it will say, "We want you to fight for the," and then there'll be another insurrection. Insurrection, that word anyway. There'll be another one of them. It'll just be voiced over and say, "Look what he said. Look what he said. He's told these people that they should go out and fight." That's crazy. That is. How that even? I don't know. There were people planting bombs the night before. There were people planting bombs the night before. So to say that Trump initiated this, no. The Dems initiated it and followed it through. And the people who were Trump supporters just walked around inside. But the bad stuff, no, no, no. You don't set up bombs the night before in anticipation of Trump saying, yeah, we need to fight, we need to do this, we need to do that. It's like, no, you don't. So therefore, bull, it's bull. And should not even have, it shouldn't even have made news other than, there was a staged uprising, insurrection, whatever you want to call it, by the other party, not Trump. It had nothing to do with Trump. It's crazy. And they were allowed, these people were allowed mysteriously to go and get as far as they did. Mysteriously. No security, hardly anything, apart from some stupid guy shooting a girl for nothing. In any other situation, at least a few warnings, this, no. And got away with it. Crazy. Not that I know anything about your American politics. The answer to Forrest Fenn's poem is holy water. Final answer, Alex. Lock it in then. Lock it in. Secret Service highest paying job is changing Joe's diet. Yeah, beware of bearing gifts. Oh, Nikki retracted. Biden is on the ropes and Trump hasn't said anything yet. Frank, I live in England. I only see, bits of what goes on over there, and I can tell you now, I would not ever, ever, ever even contemplate who to vote for in that situation. It wouldn't matter who was on the other side of Biden, unless it was Mr. Magoo. That is the only other person that Biden could probably beat. If Mr. Magoo was on the other side, I'd probably end up voting for Biden. But anybody else, no. No, he might get the vote over Mr. Magoo, but that's about it. Yes, it does, Queen. Muted the debate. Now, if you lot want to go, then I don't mind going. Biden might borrow streets, and it's hardly worth making that statement because it makes no sense. Wasn't Mr. Magoo a reference? British guy. Yeah, but I'm just on about, a person in that state. There's Biden, and then anybody that was like Mr. Magoo, I would vote for Biden. But other than that, in fact, Biden could be Mr. Magoo for all I know. He just hasn't got any glasses on. But no, I just don't see it. Mr. Magoo's done it again. Yeah. Where'd he go, Waldo? Was it Waldo? What was his name? His nephew or whoever it was. Yeah, cheers, Ben. Yeah, I don't blame you. I'll let you all go, to be fair. I don't want to keep you away from it. It's important. Yeah, I won't say it's going to be entertaining. I don't think probably more entertaining than me, but not. So I thank you all for watching. This is about nothing is as it seems. You can't get the right answer. You can't get the right answer if you don't have the right information. And you haven't been given, you've been given the right information, but you haven't been given the correct information to get a correct answer. And if you don't understand what's happening in the chase, you can't solve the poem because Forrest was giving the answers to the finder. So all of you have a good time. I hope you all get, what you want. I'm pretty certain that most people don't want Biden back in. It would be interesting to see how it went if it was Camilla and not Biden. I don't really know how good a leader of the country she'd be, but probably better than Biden. So thanks everyone, appreciate it. The chase starts with his dad's suicide and ends with his own epitaph. Forward, but that ended with his death. Douglas Blessing. Exactly, Bill. See, sometimes you say some good things. Thanks, Street. Yeah, it's good. Pirate, yeah, all good. Glad you joined us. Thanks, Nikki. No, I appreciate it. Like I say, I hope it all goes well, for the country. I hope, the right person gets in, if there is such a thing. I never believe that the right person gets in because I think politics is fixed. So, ciao for now. Take care. Uh-oh. What's happening there? Well, I would end it, but my computer's playing it. I've been hacked. Aha. Oh, no. Still didn't let me do it. What's going on? I don't want the deal. What the heck is going on? How'd you get off that? Well, do that. Then close it. Then do that. Thank you. Take care, everyone. See you soon.